When it comes to reality shows in the 2000s, you can say some content was good while the other content was bad and atrocious. But I want to specifically talk about the reality show, which I think is still going on in today's time, Big Brother. And I'm talking about how Big Brother plus black women equals no bueno. Hey guys, it's Alexandria and I used to make content on Instagram, and now I've switched over to YouTube. And the type of content I like to make are vlogs, talking videos, TV show commentary, and movie commentary. If you're new here, subscribe down below. And if you're not new here, welcome back to this channel. This video is actually a revamp video. I have not made a revamp video in so long. I think the last revamp video I made was actually my derailment of Courtney video, because during that time I had just started my YouTube channel and I was trying to get some of my videos off of my Instagram page or some ideas put onto YouTube. So it's been a hot minute since I've done a revamped video. So this video is revamped, and because I've already uploaded it last year around May, when I, like, for 1 week, like a week and a half, I did nothing but watch Big Brother. And I'm gonna let you guys know everything about Big Brother and all that stuff. So if you want to see both versions of the Big Brother content, you can definitely click my link tree in the link down below and follow me on Instagram. You can scroll down to my page to where I did 3 parts, because back on IGTV you can only do 15 minutes. I had to do 3 parts, but now that I have a YouTube channel, this video can be an hour long if it wants to. But I only have 1 camera battery. We're going to be talking about Big Brother and black women. So we're going to be talking about, I have notes still, yay. So we're going to be talking about what is Big Brother, the seasons that I've watched, the gist of Big Brother, and how black women get treated on the show. I'm going to be reviewing all the black women that I've seen on Big Brother, and then just the overall thing about Big Brother and black women again. So first we're going to do, what is Big Brother? Big Brother is a reality TV show competition and is hosted by Julie Chen. And the show, I think, was actually created in 2000. So Big Brother has been here literally since the century has been around. So Big Brother has been on for as long, but I think Big Brother was really more in its prime time when it started in the 2000s. More so specifically like 2005-ish to literally like maybe like 2012. So I mean, I know there's definitely still some huge Big Brother fans out there like now, but I just think Big Brother definitely became more in its prime during the 2000s. Now I'm going to talk about the season I watched. Now the season I watched in order, not like chronological order, like numerical order, but like literally what I've seen season 16, 17, 15, 8, 10, in a dash of 14. I've seen season 11 or 12, I can't remember. On my Instagram page I had a bonus black woman because I had just finished up that season, I think, but now it's not really a bonus. And this black woman at the end I'm going to talk about, I can't remember what season she was on, so that's why she's going to be at the end. As I am reviewing all these black women, I am going to go in the numerical order of each season they were in. So starting with season 8 all the way down to season 17, the gist of the black women in this show. So this is literally what happens to just about all the black women that end up on the show. They get voted off early because no one likes them, right? B, they just kind of coast to the end of like the season. Like they kind of just, they're not floaters, but they definitely are likable or anything like that. It just so happens that they're just coasting to the end because, I mean, they're that likable and people still like to keep them and then all and anything like that. Or C, they literally are just a floater. Like they don't add any contribution to the house or anything. They're not contributing to nothing. They're not really memorable. So that's why I just consider them a floater. So first we're going to talk about Jamaica. In my Instagram video, Jamaica was definitely, I talked about Jamaica the most. Like there was a whole video just dedicated to Jamaica. But this video, I'm going to try to trim it down from my Instagram version. Jamaica was in Big Brother 8. and Jamaica was literally the only black woman in that house, at that person of color. There was another woman of color named Carol, but she literally got voted off in the very first episode. Like, literally the very first episode she got voted off. Jamaica was the only black woman at that black person, at that person of color in the house. So she was really just with a whole bunch of white people in the entire house pretty much the entire time till she left the show. So Jamaica was definitely like this team player. She was really nice, really likable. Everybody really did like Jamaica, and Jamaica literally honestly reminds me a lot like Lashana, just minusing the stereotypes that have been put on Lashana from Total Drama. But other than that, Jamaica literally reminds me so much of Lashana. She was very friendly. She really tried to do everything that she could for the house. Big Brother 8, literally a lot of the things that had happened in that season would not fly in today's time, especially through the hands of Dick in that house. Dick was one of the contestants. He was like one of the older contestants. And he caused a lot of havoc and a lot of mayhem in the house because I think in one of the episodes, it's been over a year, not over a year, but it's been about a year since I've watched Big Brother, so I can't really remember too much, but it is a lot of media that I have reviewed over the time, so please bear with me. I did watch Big Brother. I didn't buy Big Brother, but you can watch Big Brother on YouTube. You can just look up Big Brother, and there'll literally be a whole compilation of each episode from each season. But enough about that, but Dick caused a lot of mayhem and havoc in the house, and he did a lot in the house. I want to mention Dick for this specific reason because he would come for everyone's neck. Like, he would be rude to people, mean to people. Like, he was so mean to people. But the person I noticed that he really was not all that mean to or really said much of anything to was Jamaica. There's like a couple of theories as to why I believe he never really said much to Jamaica or anything. I think the reason why he didn't say much to Jamaica was because she was a black woman, the only black person in the house, and I guess to him he probably didn't really want to look that bad that he already has, that he's picking on the only black woman in the house. Obviously, when these reality shows were being filmed in the 2000s, they weren't thinking about YouTube, because YouTube was a thing in 2008, but not as big as it is now, to the point where someone is literally commentating and reviewing television shows from the 2000s or any sort of media from back then. Obviously, he wasn't thinking about 2023 time, but I guess to him, he really just... But Jamaica was that likable to the point no one wanted to make fun of her, no one wanted to like make her upset or anything like that. And I don't think it was even because like, oh, she might turn into this angry black woman if we say something. Like, I don't even think it was because of that. People just genuinely liked Jamaica, and no one really wanted to do anything. And out of all these women I'm about to review, she's the only black woman, from what I've watched, has made it that far in the game. She made it to the final four. She's the only one that strung along very far. Now, what happened to Jamaica that she lost POV, which is power of veto. If you watch Big Brother, you know these terms. HOH is head of household. In the later season, BOB, Battle of the Block. But since this is 2008 Big Brother, it's only POV and HOH. So she lost POV, and basically while she was in the final four, whenever you're on the block or you are the winner, you're not allowed to vote. What happened was, what had happened, I can't remember who won, but it was to the point, I think I remember this correctly. Dick used the power of veto on Zach to get Zach off the chopping block, but put his daughter, Danielle, on there so he can easily vote out Jamaica. Because even like before the voting and the games and the challenges, I think Dick was talking to Danielle, telling her, and Zach, I told you, it's been a while since I've watched the season, but if you watch Big Brother 8, let me know if I'm right. But he even told everybody, he was like, guys, we have to get Jamaica out of here, because if we have to get Jamaica out of here, because if she wins, Because if she strings along to the final 2, she's gonna win. Because everybody's gonna vote for her. Because everybody likes Jamaica. So that's literally why they kind of had like this master plan to kick off Jamaica. And of course, at the end of the day, it wasn't really necessarily nothing against Jamaica. It was just the fact that it kind of was something against her, but at the same time it wasn't, because they knew that if she stayed, she was gonna win, and Danielle nor Dick was gonna win. Because there's a spoiler alert coming, so I'll let you know. But in 3, 2, 1, Dick and Danielle win the end of Big Brother 8. So technically to them they both won, because you know their daughter and father, so they technically both won. It didn't matter who was going to be first or second, they both technically won. So yeah, but that's why. But to the point, but the time when Dick did come for Jamaica, he came for something very sensitive, and you know, it was to the point that it was just kind of uncalled for. Anything that he called out against somebody in the house was definitely uncalled for. He came for Jamaica's Christianity. He came for that, you know, and basically kind of just shunned her. Not really shunned her, but just kind of not really talked down on her. But he was very disrespectful in that aspect, and that kind of just, it irks me. He was disrespectful to quite a few people in the house, but the person he did not like the most was Jen. I know this video I'm talking about sticking up for black women, but I'm gonna have to sit here and be honest with you. The way he treated Jen was unacceptable. The things he said to Jen was unacceptable. He burnt Jen with a cigarette. Like, I'm not gonna pull up that clip, but you can definitely find it. But he burnt Jen with a cigarette on her hand. Because they both did not like each other. I don't like saying this word, but low-key, if we're looking at it, they actually like hated each other. They couldn't stand each other. They literally could not stand each other. So he would say things to Jen, Jen would say things to him. But I'm gonna be honest, Jen should have just backed up from the situation, and Dick kind of should have just left her alone. But Dick was just kind of one of those people, you do it like 2 times, he's gonna get up and tell you to shut up, because he just doesn't like it. So but yeah, they definitely hated each other. I didn't like the way he spoke to Jen, and very mean to her. So yeah, he was mean to quite a few people in the house. He yelled at people in the house. But this video is not about him. This is about black women. But I did wanted to mention him for context as to why when he came for everybody, he didn't really come for Jamaica. He literally went for everybody else. Next, I want to talk about Big Brother 10, and this is when we're going to be talking about Libra. It's actually kind of hard for me to stick up for Libra, because she was not all that great. She yelled at people all the time, and she definitely got mad. But I'm going to get into why I can stick up for her in one specific aspect. But there was this old man in the house named Jerry, and Jerry was a terrible old man. But when she yelled at Jerry, no one knew he was a terrible old man yet. So she basically yelled at him like, right place, wrong time. So she yelled at him, and people didn't like that. And everybody was like, why you yell at Jerry? And everything like that in this specific aspect. I can't stick up for Libra in this specific aspect. I'll play the clips, but whenever it could literally be 3 white women in the house get mad, right? It would be like a 0 to 50 thing. You know, no one would really say anything. Everyone would kind of just ignore it. But when Libra started yelling and Libra got mad, the house would go from like 0 to 100. Like if Libra got angry, pretty much everybody else started getting angry out of nowhere. And it wasn't like if it was like a group conversation. Like if Libra was talking in the living room and she started getting a little bit upset, everybody would start to get bothered and upset as well. You know, I wouldn't, not like the whole house. Like if somebody was in like another room, they wouldn't be getting mad, of course, because they're not in the middle of that conversation. But pretty much anyone who was in the atmosphere of Libra would get so upset as well. I'm also going to play the clips for you guys so you guys know what I'm talking about, what I mean by the white women in the Libra.
Your birthday, okay?
If you really want to know how it is, April, I can't stand your guts.
is so you do exactly what happened.
You know what, April? I don't appreciate the way that you just talked to me. I feel that I stood up for you last week.
Hold on, just calm down.
No.
Don't.
No, I'm not cussing, but I've put myself time and time again, and I'm still getting thrown rude comments.
That I was insulted, and for you to come in and start trying to make it happen is real dumb.
Oh, wait. So you want to yell at me for laying down?
I'm not playing your game.
Okay.
Conversation ended. Yeah, it's over with you. See, you want to bring it to people, but when it's brought to you, then you don't, okay. I'm tired of you. It's over, Jesse.
Okay, I'm here, so let's hear it.
I know exactly what I said, and I've told it to April.
Here's what
and you're running back.
By listening to something else,
You
it woke
wanna
me
know?
up, and I...
Oh, because you're so respect. It's all
First
about
of all,
respect.
you never heard me.
He sees it.
Do you guys even know how the fight started or what it's about? Because I feel as though it's been nothing but he said, she said, they said, we said.
No. I know exactly what the fight's about.
Right.
Talking about her.
And you were.
Oh my God.
Okay, but it's the same person that
Jesse.
you said, stand April. I can't stand it. It was...
kind of distasteful because she really did portray herself, and it's sad to say, but she kind of did portray herself as an angry black woman, just literally. And she kind of, I don't want to say she did it to herself, but it maybe if that situation didn't happen, it didn't have to go that way. But it happened. She got angry, she started yelling, and then people started seeing Libra as, oh, you better watch out for Libra. And Libra got voted out 4th or 5th because people, by the time of that happening, people didn't like Libra anymore, so they just, it was so easy to kind of just vote Libra out because they were like, you know what, we don't like you, Libra. Next black woman I'm going to talk about is in Big Brother 14, and that is Jody. There's nothing to say about Jody because she really didn't even get a chance. She was the only black woman on that season. I think the only black woman, and she was the first one to get voted out. Now, how she got voted out was trifling. Like, the reason why she got voted off was because Dan was actually in a season with Libra. He was also in Big Brother 10 with Libra. And what had happened was, so it was like in this season, like all the sneaky players from previous seasons came back to help. And it was Jody and 2 other women. I can't remember their name. I'm sorry, but the reason why he voted off Jody was because he was like, oh, those 2 women, they're getting close now, so I kind of have to kick off Jody. But maybe, this is just a theory, maybe he could have been scared that, you know, Jody was going to be another Libra. But he should have remembered that Jody is not Libra. And Jody was such a sweetheart, but she literally got kicked off in the first episode, so that's sad. We're gonna get into Candace from Big Brother 15. It's always so sad to like hear her story because they literally did not like her for no specific reason. Like, it's crazy how they did not like, not Jody, what's her name? Candace for no specific reason. Because what had happened was there was this girl in the house named Andy or Aaron. I can't remember. I think it was Aaron. And Aaron, she made a lot of she said a lot of microaggressive things, racist things, and she said some homophobic things too, which caused people to really not like her. And Candace started getting close with this other black guy in the house named Howard. And what was something funny about Candace is she would expose people's lies. And it's so crazy how when I talk about the woman in Big Brother 17, it's literally so different, because in Big Brother 15 it was like a no-no, because in Big Brother you have to lie a lot, which is tears my nerves up, but you have to lie a lot in Big Brother. Candace would expose many people's lies, and people did not like Candace for that, which is kind of why they wanted her to get voted off. But also they really wanted Candace to be alone and by herself so they could easily kick her off, because people started noticing that Candace was getting so close to Howard and how they were starting to have a little relationship together, and they were like, we have to kick Candace off because she's getting too close to Howard. But we probably need to kick off Howard first. Even though everybody was cool with Howard, there was nothing wrong with Howard, they wanted him off first because Howard already had a friend in the house, Spencer, and everybody was like, okay, because if we kick off Candace first, Howard will still have somebody in the house, Spencer. But if we kick off Howard first, Candace will have nobody. So we need to go on and kick off Howard. So after they kicked off Howard in like the 3rd episode, I think, 3rd or 4th. Then after that, someone got kicked off after Howard. Get out of my camera. Then after Howard, someone else got kicked off, and then after that, someone else. Then Candace got kicked off. And Amanda had said she said a very microaggressive thing. I'll just play the clip for y'all, but that junk was highly microaggressive. I'm sorry, it was very microaggressive, and she should have not said that.
I think you're MVP, Candace.
Maybe I am.
I know. Good.
I put you up
Now we
all
all
the
know.
time, honey. Every
Now
day,
we
any
all
day,
know.
all night, all day. I put you up.
That's the Shaniqua coming out of you, I guess, right? Am I racist now? No wonder people made fun of you in school because you act like a...
They didn't like Candace for absolutely no reason. There was no reason not to like Candace. Yes, Candace would, be up, she would yell from here and there, but everybody, like, at least, like, if there's like 20 contestants in the Big Brother house, 18 out of 20 of them are gonna be screaming and yelling at one another. So of course Candace would scream and yell at the other contestants from time to time, but it just irritates me how they did that to Candace, because they didn't like Candace for no reason. There was no reason not to like Candace. Now we're gonna talk about Big Brother 16, Jocasta. I'm gonna be honest, Jocasta was a floater. Yes, Jocasta was likable and she was nice to people, but she wasn't all that memorable, because unlike Jamaica in season 8, she was likable and memorable. I think she did a lot. She was a team player. It was hard for anybody to put Jamaica on the block because of how much everyone loved Jamaica. But when it came to Jocasta, people didn't mind putting Jocasta on the block. So easily just throw her up, because she didn't really contribute to not much of anything. Like, when I'm telling you, it was so easy for people to be like, yep, just put Jocasta up on that block. Because if people are like, well, and people would always use Jocasta as a scheme. So we need a backdoor so-and-so, but we need someone as a pawn. So we're going to have to put Jocasta up because it'll hide what we're really doing. But everybody always put Jocasta up as a pawn, so it didn't really matter, because everybody always knew the scheme. But Jocasta was a sweetheart, but she literally floated in the house. Like, I can't even really remember what Jocasta did, because she didn't do anything. Now we're gonna get into Big Brother 17. We're gonna be talking about Devon. Even though she got kicked off in the 2nd episode, Devon had so much personality, and I'm so glad she got a redemption, because she ended up going back to Big Brother All-Stars. Like, I think that's like a season 20 or something. And she went back in Big Brother 18. So she got a chance then from her original season. But basically, now, remember how in season 15, I was talking earlier about how in season 15 that, saying that someone lied was like a no-no. In season 17, finding out that someone lied was a good thing after that time. Because Devon was the best. She was the best exposer. Like, she exposed so many. Like, even though she was only there for a couple of days, she exposed as much as she could. And, because people started to like once they figured out that you could expose people liked to talk to Devon. Now, the reason why Devon got voted off so early is because she lost her trust with Clay and Shelly so early. They kind of betrayed her, and I guess they really kind of wanted to get her voted off, because like, oh, we can't have her being here because she's gonna start getting mad at us, and we can't have her here, basically, because if we keep Devon, she's gonna come hard for us, which as she should. But they saw Devon as a threat, and I guess, and everybody really kind of just wanted to paint Devon as the bad guy, low key. Like, you could kind of see hints of people trying to, kind of put her like on a low pedestal. But she got kicked off because she exposed Audrey in the bathroom. Like, remember, because like, well, if you watch Big Brother 17, you would know. But she exposed Audrey because Audrey was going around the house telling lies to pretty much everybody. And Devon had called everybody down and said, Audrey lying to y'all. And so she was like the best exposer. She exposed everyone's lies. So she was pretty good, because by the time Big Brother 17 happened, you wanted to hear lies. Back in Big Brother 15, you expose lies, you're done. Like, you're out. But now, exposing lies was a good thing, and people wanted to keep you around. So, like, it kind of hurt my heart why people didn't want to keep Devon around. Now, this is a bonus. So we're going to be talking about Big Brother 12 or Big Brother 11, I can't remember. But we're going to be talking about Shima. Now, this is the only black woman I cannot stick up for. I'm sorry. I know this is a video about sticking up for black women, and you know how the black women got treated on the show. And pretty much a lot of people of color, they got treated like trash and dirt on the show. But especially the black women. The black women on the show definitely did get treated like complete poop. But honestly, I cannot stick up for Shima. She was horrible. She was terrible. Like, she literally yelled. The only thing that Shima did, because she was gonna get kicked off in the first episode, she really was, but what saved her, because when you're on the block, you're on the block and there's two people, you kind of have to sit there and explain why you deserve to stay. And she got someone kicked off because she was like, well, if you want it, I can't remember the guy's name, but she was like, yeah, if you want to keep a racist and a misogynist here, fine. And everybody kept Shima because they voted off the guy who was a racist and misogynist. But after that, like, Shima was terrible. She yelled at everybody. She would never listen to production, and she even got expelled off the show because she broke equipment. Like, she would never listen. She never wanted to contribute. She stayed in people's faces. She yelled all the time. Like, she was definitely what people want. Like, she was literally like what the stereotypical black woman in reality TV looked like. Like, that's it. She yelled all the time, screaming, and she was horrible. She was terrible. And like I said, I know this video is about me sticking up for these black women, but even Libra was better than this. Like, Shima was horrible, and it was bad. I can't even. Let's talk about the overall thing, the overallness of black women on this show. Black women do not belong, or any person of color does not belong on Big Brother. I don't think no person of color, especially a black woman, should never be on this show, because it doesn't mix well. Because I feel like every time after like Jamaica's season, like because I've only seen like 7 seasons, but you know, pretty much from all I've seen, they kind of always like vote out the black woman so early, or they kind of just forget about her, or they really want her gone because they don't like her for no specific reason. Or she's yelling and she's being loud and, you know, ghetto and all this extra stuff. So I cannot believe I sat here and filmed almost a 30-minute video. I've never done this, but I really hope you guys like this video. I suggest that you go to my Instagram. It's in the link tree down below, and you can watch the video from when I last filmed it last year, because this year I kind of just did like a revamp, trying to remember what I said in that video and what I remember from the show in general. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Especially subscribe. And hope that you have a good day. Bye.